Of the 20,000 people in the Staples Centre, you'd be hard-pressed to find one who didn't shed a tear. It was the most prized ticket in the world, and several Australians were among the crowd.
They came here determined to mourn his death and celebrate his life.
It's hard for me to not cry. He's such an inspiration to me.
Michael Jackson's beloved fans who stuck by him through it all. They dressed like him.
How hot are you guys in those jackets?
Burning hot. It's worth it though.
And looked like him.
It took him dying for people to finally come out and realise how special he was. And like people say, you don't know what you have till it's gone.
People from all corners of the world. Australians Sarah Varley and Jason Lesink arrived to collect the tickets we secured for them and went straight to the memorial.
I didn't expect to shed a tear, but I certainly did. Yeah, very moving, but a fitting tribute for such a talent.
Another Australian, Paul Black, had a front row seat close to the Jackson family and the casket.
It was probably the most emotional experience I've had in my life.
This was a show that Michael Jackson fans expected and would have wanted. Absolutely nothing negative. Just a celebration and a reminder that despite all the controversy, one of the greats has gone.
And, just like the title of one of his songs, Gone Too Soon. Peter Stefanovic, 9 News, Los Angeles.
Even in death, intrigue still surrounds the King of Pop, with his final resting place remaining a mystery. The Jackson family decided not to bury him following the memorial service, raising speculation his body may eventually be taken back to Neverland.
The world's last look at Michael Jackson's gold-plated casket. As the family motorcade left the Staples Centre, there was one vehicle missing, and that was the hearse. Many had expected Jackson would be buried before the public memorial during the family's private service at Hollywood's Forest Lawn. It's the final resting place for stars such as Australian Errol Flynn, Liberace and Betty Davis. Jackson's death certificate today became the latest document to be leaked to the media, and according to it, Forest Lawn was only ever going to be a temporary location for the pop star's body. That's now only fueling further speculation that the family is still pushing for a burial at Neverland. That certificate also says establishing the cause of death has been deferred. The family is awaiting the results of their own second autopsy as well, and tonight are holding a wake at a Beverly Hills hotel. After years apart, it's this tragedy that's finally brought them together again. A rare positive in this sad drama that still clearly has many chapters to go. Tom Steinfort, 9 News, Los Angeles.
Back now to our US Bureau Chief Robert Penfold. And Rob, as Tom said, there are many chapters of the Jackson story still to go, particularly for the children.
Yes, indeed, Peter, and wasn't it a surprise today to see the children out there so openly? And I think that was something, of course, Michael would never have allowed in the past. And I think it was all summed up there by Paris for she and her brothers. It wasn't the loss of a superstar or an idol, really. It was just about children talking about the death of their dad.
Rob, very civilised today, but unlikely to stay that way once money matters come into it.
Oh, that's for sure, Peter, absolutely. We're talking about a will that might be worth 500 million or so, and I think we got a fairly good indication of what's to come, because in the court earlier this week there was talk there about the will, and no less than 20 lawyers turned up representing various people saying they all had an interest, so that's what's to come.
Rob, you've covered so many world events. Are you surprised at the enormity and the impact of the Jackson death?
Well, a couple of weeks ago I would have said yes, I was surprised, but really this has gained so much momentum over the last couple of days. I'm now not surprised, and I think what it's about is it's given us now pause to sit back and to appreciate what an extraordinary talent it was, and perhaps that also justifies, according to his fans anyway, justifies everything that went on here today.
Good on you, Rob. Thank you for tonight. In the chilly early hours of a Sydney morning, Jackson fans gathered here at our Channel 9 studios to watch the memorial service. They shared the music and the tears.
There are the devoted and there are Jacko fans.
It's nice to sort of be around people that, feel the same way.
The early hours of this morning and scores of the faithful gather in Channel 9's Studio 2 to watch the memorial.
Such a huge turnout of people, you know, at 3:30 in the morning for Michael Jackson. It's a huge thing.
When they clapped in Los Angeles, the unofficial Sydney chapter of the Jacko fan club joined in. They prayed at the Staples Centre and they followed suit here. And when the tears started at the memorial, they flowed all the way to Sydney. Every speech, every song, the cue for more tissues.
And we love him. And we always...
They were always going to be the memorial's toughest critics. And the verdict...
Finally, somebody says something good about Michael Jackson.
Every generation has lost a star who's died too early, but Michael Jackson was different. Judging by today's faces, he was able to touch so many different age groups.
His music touches everyone.
And the moment they all seemed to crumple into tears when Paris Jackson praised her father. Jacko, king of pop, the way he made them feel.
It hits you that it's last goodbye.
Mark Burrows, 9 News.
Michael Jackson fans across Sydney paid tribute to their hero in many different ways. Some danced, some sang, others relived cherished memories.
You didn't have to watch the memorial to prove you were devoted. For this bunch, commitment meant hitting the dance floor. Others opted for a sleep-in, hitting up music shops first thing for their next Jacko fix.
I've never seen anything like it. People who have already got stuff are coming in to get it again.
But it was Sydney's arts and entertainment industry that made the most effort to honour Michael Jackson today. With the true master of performance as their inspiration, they showed their respects in the best way they knew how. Christian Patterson shares Michael Jackson's one great love, dance. And he can boast, at the age of 10, not only did he meet the superstar, he joined him on stage. Impersonator Jason Jackson from Narellan wasted no time recording his single today.
This is for you, Michael.
Yeah.
You're the one I said you had to leave. The song is giving back to Michael for what he has done for the world.
He's already working on his tribute album. Jessica Rich, 9 News.